today and tomorrow we're going to announce that we are going to increase that $600 billion to almost $1 trillion of investment, real investment.
You're saying to me now that the $600 billion will be $1 trillion.
Definitely, because what we are signing, it will facilitate that, and
I like that very much.
Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman committing $1 trillion in investments in the U.S. just over an hour after receiving a welcome at the White House filled with enough pomp and circumstance fit for a future king. But there is criticism surrounding the Crown Prince's visit after the CIA found that he approved the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi back in October of 2018. NewsNation's Kelly Meyer is following all of these developments. Joins us live from the White House. Kelly.
Yeah, hey there, Nicole. So that was a question that came up in the Oval Office earlier today. But as you said right off the top, they did agree to that investment, not only taking it from $600 billion up to $1 trillion. And that was something that the president was able to secure when he went to Saudi Arabia earlier this year. Now they are upping their investment. They're also talking about investment in American AI infrastructure. They're going to be having a dinner later on with tech CEOs. So the president really hoping to deliver on some deals in this meeting. He's still meeting with him right now, but we are waiting to see if he leaves any moment for the afternoon. And then, of course, he'll return here tonight. They also approved the sale of F-35s to Saudi Arabia. The president says those will be very similar to the ones Israel already has, calling both countries great allies. But as you mentioned, there were questions in there. There was some criticism, both surrounding the president's family's business dealings. MBS oversees a major construction project that is in talks with the Trump family business. The president saying, I have nothing to do with that. And then on Khashoggi, he was pressed on that. And I wanted to play that exchange. Listen to this.
I'm very upset, sir. I have to tell you, it's one of the most difficult day for me. One of the most difficult day for me today, because what I wished in a normal life, normal scenario, Jamal to be here and receive the Crown Prince, because Jamal was waiting for the Crown Prince in his first visit to U.S. in 2018, and Jamal was aiming to meet with him.
And that was Mrs. Khashoggi. That's the widow of Jamal Khashoggi speaking with NewsNation prior to what happened in the Oval Office. The president essentially saying in the Oval Office that MBS knew nothing about it, despite the CIA during Trump's first term finding that he had approved the murder of Khashoggi. That you heard there was his widow speaking about this. She says Trump's words in there, not a justification to murder him. She said the Crown Prince said he was sorry, so he should meet me, apologize, and compensate me for the murder of my husband. She also shared letters with me, Nicole, that she sent to the president as well as the First Lady ahead of this visit, asking to meet with the Crown Prince here in Washington, D.C. Nicole.
Yeah, and Kelly, the 9/11 families, they are also upset about this visit by the Crown Prince. What did he have to say on that?
Yeah, and that was a big moment there in the Oval Office as well. Of course, the 9/11 families, they've filed a civil lawsuit against Saudi Arabia, claiming that the government was involved in the 9/11 terrorist attack. Many families criticizing that Mohammed bin Salman is here at the White House today. And he was actually asked about that in the Oval Office and answered a question about it. And here's what he had to say.
I feel painful about, families of 9/11 in America, but, we have to focus on reality. Reality based in CIA documents and based on a lot of documents that Osama bin Laden, he used Saudi people in that event for one main purpose, is to destroy this relation, to destroy the American-Saudi relation. That's the purpose of 9/11.
So the Crown Prince basically saying there that he wants to see the United States and Saudi Arabia really build this relationship. And he sees that happening with President Trump here in office. And they're going to continue to see if they can make that relationship stronger here today. Sources in the region telling me they are focused on defense as well as mutual investment in this meeting here at the White House today, Nicole.
All right. Kelly Meyer live for us there in D.C. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.